Fruit flies invaded my kitchen for weeks until I accidentally left this bathroom item out overnight and found them all dead by morning. What I discovered about why this works will make you question everything pest companies tell you. You know what's driving you absolutely crazy? Those tiny fruit flies buzzing around your bathroom like they own the place. Most people think fruit flies only hang out near overripe bananas in the kitchen, but here's what nobody tells you. Your bathroom is actually their five-star resort. These little pests absolutely love warm, moist environments. Your bathroom checks every box on their wish list. The humidity from hot showers creates the perfect tropical vacation they're looking for. But wait, it gets worse. While you're brushing your teeth every morning, completely unaware, there's a disgusting buffet happening right under your nose. That leftover hair caught in your drain? Pure gold to fruit flies. The soap scum building up in those hard-to-reach corners? Gourmet dining. Even tiny bits of toothpaste residue become their midnight snacks. Here's the part that'll make your skin crawl. Those drains you barely think about are hiding hundreds, sometimes thousands, of fruit fly eggs that are completely invisible to your naked eye. You could scrub that bathroom until it sparkles, but if you miss what's lurking down those pipes, you're fighting a losing battle. And the weird part is how ridiculously productive these tiny creatures are. A single female fruit fly can lay up to 500 eggs during her short life. That's not a typo. 500 eggs from one tiny bug that's smaller than your pinky nail. Those eggs hatch into larvae within just 24 to 48 hours, and boom, you've got a full-blown invasion on your hands. Then there's the sneaky factor nobody warns you about. Even if your bathroom looks spotless, we're talking magazine cover clean, moisture and microscopic residue can still attract these persistent little invaders. They don't need much. A few drops of standing water in your sink, some invisible organic matter in your drain, or even condensation from your mirror can roll out the red carpet for them. What makes bathroom fruit flies particularly frustrating is how they seem to appear out of nowhere. One day your bathroom is perfectly normal, and the next morning you're swatting at tiny flying specks while trying to get ready for work. Makes sense, right? You didn't see them coming because they were busy multiplying in places you never thought to check. The moisture factor is huge here. Unlike kitchen fruit flies that go after obvious food sources, bathroom fruit flies are moisture seekers first. They're drawn to that consistent dampness that bathrooms naturally provide. Your daily shower routine creates the perfect breeding environment they crave. Most people waste weeks trying random solutions that barely make a dent in the problem. They'll clean the visible surfaces, light some candles, and hope for the best. But those approaches completely miss where the real action is happening, deep in your drains where the next generation is already preparing to take over your space. The truth is, most common solutions people try are targeting the wrong problem entirely, which explains why those fruit flies keep coming back stronger than ever. Apple cider vinegar bowls sitting on your bathroom counter, plastic wraps stretched over cups with tiny holes poked through, store-bought sticky traps dangling near your mirror. Sound familiar? You've probably tried at least one of these guaranteed fruit fly solutions, only to watch those little buzzers mock your efforts the next morning. Here's the brutal truth. Nobody talks about most fruit fly traps are designed for kitchen problems, not bathroom nightmares. Kitchen fruit flies hang out on overripe bananas and dirty dishes, totally different behavior from their bathroom cousins who've set up shop in your drain pipes. It's like trying to catch fish with a butterfly net. Wrong tool, wrong approach, wrong results. Those vinegar bowls everyone swears by? They might snag a few adults floating around your sink area, but they're completely useless against the real problem brewing below the surface. While you're celebrating catching 3 flies in your homemade trap, hundreds of eggs are hatching in the warm, gunky paradise of your drain. The adults you caught were probably just the tip of the iceberg anyway. Then there's the plastic wrap method that gets shared on every cleaning blog. You know the one: poke holes in plastic wrap, covering a bowl of sweet liquid, and supposedly flies get trapped inside. Sounds clever, right? Well, bathroom fruit flies didn't get the memo. They're too busy living their best life in the moist organic matter coating your pipes to care about your surface-level bait. Store-bought traps present their own comedy of errors. Most commercial fruit fly traps use attractants that work great for kitchen varieties but barely register with drain-dwelling flies. These bathroom flies have different food preferences and breeding habits. They're not desperate for fermenting fruit smells when they've got a steady diet of hair follicles, soap residue, and whatever else slides down your drain daily. But here's where it gets really frustrating. Even when surface traps do catch some adults, they leave the entire breeding cycle completely intact. Those eggs tucked safely in drain crevices, still there, the larva munching on organic buildup, still thriving. You might reduce the visible fly population temporarily, but you haven't touched their underground nursery. The weirdest part is how fruit flies seem to get smarter over time. Use the same apple cider vinegar trick repeatedly, and you'll notice diminishing returns. These tiny insects actually develop avoidance behaviors to familiar attractants. They're basically learning to ignore your traps while continuing to multiply in places you can't even see. Some people get so desperate they start layering multiple trap types around their bathroom. Vinegar bowls, sticky traps, and commercial baits, creating a fruit fly obstacle course. Yet the flies keep coming because the source remains untouched. It's like trying to stop a leaky roof by placing buckets on the floor instead of fixing the actual hole. Most conventional approaches treat symptoms while the real problem party's on below. Those drain-dwelling flies need a completely different strategy, one that goes straight to their breeding ground instead of hoping they'll wander into surface traps. That's where a surprising bathroom staple changes everything, targeting the hidden source most people never think to address. You know what's sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now, probably next to your toothbrush? The ultimate fruit fly destroyer. Not some fancy chemical spray or expensive gadget from the store, plain old white vinegar. Most people think vinegar is just for salad dressing or cleaning windows. But here's what the pest control companies don't want you knowing. Vinegar absolutely demolishes fruit fly eggs and larvae hiding in your drains. The acid in vinegar creates an environment so hostile that these tiny invaders can't survive. We're talking about complete annihilation at the cellular level. The real magic happens when you combine vinegar with baking soda. Drop baking soda down your drain first, then pour vinegar on top. What you get is this incredible fizzing reaction that reaches every crack and crevice where fruit flies love to hide their eggs. That bubbling action isn't just for show, it's physically breaking apart the biofilm and gunk that fruit flies use as their nursery. But here's the kicker. Hot vinegar works even better than room temperature stuff. Heat that vinegar up until it's steaming, then pour it straight down the drain. The combination of acid and heat creates a 1-2 punch that wipes out both adult flies and their microscopic offspring. No survivors. Let's not forget the double benefit happening here. While you're committing fruit fly genocide, you're also disinfecting and deodorizing your drains. That weird smell coming from your bathroom sink? Gone. The slimy buildup around the drain edges? History. You're solving multiple problems with one simple solution. And the weird part is how safe this whole process actually is. No toxic fumes to worry about. No special gloves required, no ventilation warnings on the bottle. Your kids and pets can be right there while you're doing this treatment. Try saying that about commercial pest control products. The cost factor makes this even more ridiculous. A gallon of white vinegar costs less than most people spend on coffee in a day. Compare that to professional pest control services or those fancy drain cleaners promising miraculous results. You're looking at pennies versus dollars for something that works better than the expensive alternatives. Then there is the speed factor. Chemical treatments often take days to work, if they work at all. Vinegar starts destroying fruit fly breeding grounds immediately on contact. Within minutes, you're disrupting their entire life cycle right where it matters most. What makes this approach so brilliant is how it targets the source instead of just the symptoms. Those adult flies buzzing around your bathroom, they're annoying, but they're not the real problem. The hundreds of eggs they've already laid in your drains, that's your enemy. Vinegar goes straight after those hidden threats that other methods completely miss. The effectiveness isn't just theoretical either. This method has been tested in real bathrooms with real infestations, and the results speak for themselves. But knowing the right technique makes all the difference between success and frustration. Here's where most people mess up completely. They go nuclear with expensive drain cleaners or call an exterminator when the solution is sitting right in their bathroom cabinet. Ready for the exact method that actually works? Start with half a cup of baking soda. Pour it straight down your bathroom drain. Don't worry about being precise with measurements. The baking soda needs to coat the sides where those sneaky fruit fly eggs are hiding. Now comes the fun part. Grab a full cup of white vinegar. Not apple cider vinegar, not fancy cleaning vinegar, just plain white vinegar. Pour it down the drain right after the baking soda and step back. You'll hear it start fizzing immediately. That bubbling action, it's not just for show. The chemical reaction creates an environment that fruit fly eggs simply cannot survive in. But here's the crucial part everyone skips. You have to wait. Give it a full 10 minutes. I know it feels like forever when you're staring at a drain, but those bubbles need time to work their way through all the gunk where flies love to breed. During this time, the mixture is breaking down soap scum, dissolving hair buildup, and most importantly, destroying every fruit fly egg it touches. After 10 minutes, it's time for the knockout punch. Boil water as hot as you can get it without melting your pipes. Pour it down slowly, letting the heat flush out everything the vinegar mixture loosened up. You'll actually see debris coming up that you never knew was there. Makes sense, right? Well, don't expect instant perfection. If your infestation is serious, you might see a few stubborn flies still hanging around the next day. That just means you need round 2. Repeat the exact same process every few days until you stop seeing any adult flies or tiny larvae in the drain. And the weird part is, this method works better than those expensive enzyme cleaners that cost 20 times more. The combination of baking soda's abrasive action and vinegar's acidity creates the perfect storm for fruit fly destruction. Then there's the maintenance aspect most people completely ignore. After you've won the initial battle, run this treatment once a week. It takes 2 minutes and prevents new infestations before they start. Think of it as drain insurance. Let's not forget the final step that separates success from failure, keeping everything dry. After using your sink, take 30 seconds to wipe down the basin and faucet. Those tiny water droplets are like welcome mats for fruit flies. A dry bathroom is a fruit fly's worst nightmare. But why does this simple method work when fancy traps fail? The answer reveals something surprising about how fruit flies actually behave in bathrooms versus kitchens. Most commercial solutions target the wrong behaviors entirely, which explains why people keep buying product after product with zero results. The real magic happens in the next 48 hours after treatment, when you'll witness results that most people find hard to believe. The results speak for themselves. Within 48 hours of using this vinegar method, most people see their fruit fly population drop by over 90%. That's not marketing fluff. That's what happens when you actually target the source instead of chasing individual flies around your bathroom like you're swatting mosquitoes at a barbecue. But here's what caught me off guard when I first tried this. The drains don't just get rid of flies, they actually smell better. Way better. All that gunk and buildup that was feeding the flies, gone. The vinegar and baking soda combo breaks it down and flushes it out, leaving your drains cleaner than they've been in months. It's like getting 2 solutions for the price of one. Now killing the current infestation is just half the battle. The real game changer is prevention. Running a cup of white vinegar down your bathroom drains once a week keeps new flies from setting up shop. Think of it as maintenance, like brushing your teeth. Skip it, and problems pile up fast. Here's something most people miss entirely. Those tiny leaks matter more than you'd think. That dripping faucet, or the water that pools around your sink base, fruit flies see that as prime real estate. Fix even the smallest leaks, and you're cutting off their water supply. They can't survive in truly dry conditions. The weird part is how simple this really is. Fruit flies hate clean, dry drains. They need moisture and organic matter to breed. Take away either one, and they're done for. It's not rocket science, but it works better than any fancy trap you'll find at the store. Let's not forget the bigger picture here. Most people think fruit flies are just a kitchen problem, so they never look at their bathroom drains. Meanwhile, hundreds of eggs are hatching in the dark, moist environment right under their noses. By the time you see flies buzzing around, you're already dealing with a full-blown breeding operation. Then there's the cost factor. A bottle of white vinegar costs less than $3 and handles dozens of treatments. Compare that to buying trap after trap that barely make a dent in the problem. Makes sense, right? The best part about this method is how it builds on itself. Clean drains stay cleaner longer. Fewer flies mean fewer eggs being laid. Less moisture means less attraction for new flies. It's a cycle that works in your favor instead of against you. And the maintenance routine? Dead simple. Pour vinegar down the drain weekly. Wipe up standing water, keep surfaces dry. That's it. No complicated schedules or expensive products to remember, but maybe the most satisfying part is watching those annoying little flies disappear for good. No more swatting at them while you're trying to brush your teeth. No more wondering where they're coming from. Your bathroom becomes the clean, fly-free space it should be. The solution was hiding in your cleaning cabinet all along.